Yes, we are back. Hang on, I was supposed to do the Swedish thing, wasn't I? Hang on. Yes, we're back. That doesn't work now, does it? I could try Welsh. That's going to go horribly wrong. We're back again in Train Sim Classic. Back again in Wales. So apologies if you're Welsh. I will be pronouncing things incorrectly during this video stream thing. One does apologise. I don't do Welsh, as you'll find out. If you're watching this on YouTube's, hi. That's English. It could be Welsh. I'm not even going to go there. This is going out on YouTube on a day. One of the 7 to choose from. So it's on one of those. There'll be links in the description below to where you can get maybe this route. I've linked something. To also where you can watch me live on Twitch 6 days of the week doing all sorts of things, including trains. A link down there to the Discord server as well. Yeah, that's the one. You thought today was Monday. We're starting in Llandudno, making our way to Holyhead. I can pronounce those, going to some places in between. Hi to Greg, Aaron, and CN. We'll open the doors, which I do here. I've spent far too much time in Train Sim World 4. We're in a, what are we in? A 158. That's what we're in. How am I? Doing good. So yes, I've done this route before. I've done this map before, but I fancy doing something in Train Sim Classic. I fancy something diseasily. And, well, I scrolled through and found this. There's no other reason for it, basically. Okay, let's reset the thing. We haven't got any windows open in here, have we? No, it's far too old for that. Oh, God, hang on. Doors are closed. We got a breaky thing? Yes, we have. Hi, Great Western. I will put the game volume up a little tiny bit. So we've got 15 miles to go to... No. Bangor. Not Banger. Oh, hang on. 15 limit. We're speeding already. It's going well. Braking. Be careful of the speeding. Speeding is a thing. Bangers and mash. Oh, that'd be quite nice right now. I've just had a pizza, which was quite boring as pizzas go. It's ham and something. Cheese? Ham and... There's ham in there. Anyway. There wasn't any pineapple. I'm not... Well, I am an idiot, but I'm not that much of an idiot. Well, I am, but not so much of an idiot as I'll have ham and pineapple pizza. No. Okay, at 45. Then we go to a... the speed isn't a 45. A 75 is approaching. Well, no, we're approaching it. It's not approaching us. That's watery. One day I will fix my broken water. Why am I going so slow? Minus points already. Well, yeah, I was speeding. Right, through the bridgey tunnely thing. That's what it's called. It's on the maps as the bridgey tunnely thing. This is an odd train, isn't it? Because it's quiet in here. I've got to put the volume up so you can hear it. But when you go outside, it's loud. Like that. I have done this line before. Doesn't mean I can't do it again. Nothing saying I can only do lines once. There's no law against that, surely. I fancy doing it, so that's what I'm doing. It's my stream, leave me alone, or I'll cry. I'll probably do that anyway, but they'll give me a reason to cry. I shall weep uncontrollably after the stream. But I'll do that every single time. I've done this scenario before as well, but I don't really care. Doing a Voyager next. The Voyager is on here. There's also the 175. I want to say the 175. I'm going to say 175. And I'll say it again just for context. 175. So where are we going? Llangfair Phil. That place. Bodogan. Tycroes, Rosenaig, be very careful how I pronounce that one, Valley, and then Holyhead. It's only 38 miles in that direction. Can I repeat that, please? No. Just watch the stream back and then watch that bit again. Multiple trains are available for this route, some of which have got numbers. They've all got numbers. I am not a number. If I was a number, I think I'd be like, oh, I don't know what number I'd be. I think I'd be given an 8. 83. 83 is a good number. Ow, that's loud. Yeah, the downside to a train that's got no opening windows, we put the volume up so that we can hear. Then when we get the noisy thing going off, it's loud. The Gogogok place, which every time we go there, we have the argument as to whether it is actually the longest place name in the UK. Hang on.
Sorry, does that say correctly? 25 fecking months. My therapist has given up on me. Do you have the number for another one? Oh, and by the way, did I say this already? 25 months.
Ethan, thank you very, very much indeed. It means he put up with him for that long. It feels longer. A lot longer. My life used to be so simple. On a 21-month streak, though, it says 4 months missing there, which means he left for 4 months. We won't talk about that. Roos Cardiff International by the Sea and the City. That's the one. Hi, Gary. Well, apparently, though, Roos Cardiff International Railway Station, or Roos Cardiff International Airport Railway Station, isn't the longest. I think the Clansilio Go Go Gosh thing is the longest single place name, but it's not the longest place name in the UK. Anyway, it's certainly not the longest in the world. That's the one in India. Yeah, it is the one in India. That was some words I said there. My brain's sort of functioning. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. My brain was doing things to me that stopped me sleeping. Tonight, sleep. Right, so we've got 10 miles to go to Bangor. Being very, very careful. It's up in the Colwyn Bay area. Well, it's up the top bit. Holyhead. That's that, you know, the northy bit, North Wales coast thing, the thing within North Wales. Stop thinking about things and you actually fall asleep. Well, yeah, it's generally what happens. Now, was that a bridge on top of a bridge? That's quite interesting. Now some double. That's a steep bridge. That's definitely quite steep. Did Holly ring you back? If you removed your brain from my body, I might sleep/function better. Some days I actually don't think my brain. I think I'll leave it at home. Some days I don't just function at all. It's actually to be quite a nice line to go on, as lines go in the railway. You recognise the bridges and footbridges. That's quite sad. I mean, that's not quite sad. That's great. It's slightly sad. Yeah, I was going to do Train Sim World 4, but then, well, obviously I'm not. Train Sim World 4 will return on Saturday. It should be about an hour, this scenario thing. Clanfair Fecken. Don't you swear at me. It's not very nice, is it? Coming on here swearing at people? Come in here. Yeah, my water texture's broken in Train Sim Classic. It has been for a couple of years. Every time I do Train Sim Classic, I think I should really repair my water texture. I never do. Obviously, because otherwise it wouldn't be broken anymore. Oh, hang on, I need to do a thing. There you go. That's that done. You can't call me a donut. It's not very nice. This is one of those where... No, I was going to do a sentence. I've forgotten it. Yes, nobody. Well, I've got it. This is one of those where it's one long journey but split into multiple things, I think. So this is part... I'd probably started at part 3, knowing me. Words are tough. Hang on, have we got a... Oh, we have got an inside view. Ignore that. Don't look behind. It's fine. It's fine. Just don't. It's fine. No, there's nothing to worry about. It's okay. Oh, Ethan just banned someone. What did I miss? Was I looking behind me? No, Ethan just unbanned someone. What are you doing? Why are you banning people? Back in the 90s, I used to work in the bloody rail industry, didn't I? Words are a constraint. Words are difficult. I don't speak much during the day to people. So coming home and then having to speak for a couple of hours, it's my brain goes like, what the heck are you doing? The only person I've spoke to at any length today is Ethan. And that was about 20 minutes. Right, 4 miles to go. Hopefully the brakes would do the brakes. And then we'll see what happens at Bangor. Or we had someone in the community that used to work for Network Rail. And the fact that when he was on nights, he used to go and clock in, go home, go to bed, get up, go back in and clock out, and not do the stuff that he should have been doing, which I'm sure involved some sort of safety. I vowed I would never go on the train, on the section of track that he looked after. And then a year ago I did. But I survived, so it's fine. Grantham to Newark. Right, 3 miles to go. Transport for Wales service. I need to go back to Cardiff soon. Hopefully we'll be going back to Cardiff before Christmas. I used to build and test leaf detectors. But okay, I'm not even going to go there as to how that works. I'm sure you did a very valuable job and used to come home at night knowing that you made a difference. You went on the line from down to Portsmouth from Salisbury. Yeah, we did that a couple of months ago in the summer. I do like South Sea. Surely you just give it a good blow, don't you? Right, we're 2 miles out from Bangor. I kind of want to say that in an Indian accent, but I know it would scare people. We're actually doing that as a group meetup thing Easter next year. We're doing trip down to Portsmouth, doing the trip across the hovercraft, doing the Isle of Wight train thing, doing the steam train on the Isle of Wight, and then coming back to Portsmouth, and then doing the D-Day Museum and Spinnaker Tower. That is a thing for next year as a group. Ow! As a group. I've been to Southsea dozens and dozens of times. Never done a hovercraft. Not all in the day. No, it'll be an overnight thing. Or if people want to stay overnight. A bit like we're doing in Manchester in, 8 weeks' time? 7 weeks' time. 2nd of December, we got our group meet up in Manchester. Some people staying overnight, some people are not. Hi, Michael. Right, will be shortly be arriving. Will be shortly be. We'll be a little bee. We will shortly be arriving, if you're a bee. Wow. That sounds a bit long-winded. Yeah, we can't detect leaves because of the mosses. Okay, because of the moss. Okay, we'll detect the moss then. But we can't detect the moss because the leaves interfere with the moss detector. We need to maybe make a combined leaf and moss detector. There's a train down there. Speeding! Oh yeah, it was a little bit. Why am I so zoomed out? Minus 469 points. It's definitely going well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now arriving at Bangor. This place. Didn't we have a lovely time the day we went to Bangor? Right, braking, more braking. Yeah, it's fine. The entrance to the platform's all the way up there, but we'll just make the passengers walk all the way down here. You are really quite sad, Ethan. I knew you were sad, but... they will get the steps in. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the first stop, and because that's what it is. Clanfar Phil, nice guy. Clanfar Phil in 3.4 miles. Hopefully the next train we use will have some audio to it. Yes, the 101 slow. I was in it on Saturday. Oh, I'm speeding again. Less said about Phil. Yeah, we can't talk about Phil. Since the whole court case, you know, when he was found in the field with that goat. We can't talk about that. Oh, oops. Right, we have 3 miles. Phil Mitchell. I think when I last watched EastEnders about 20 years ago, he was in it. Please don't say he's not still in it. He must be about 104 by now. Put big lights on. We've got lights are on. Problem is, one of those first problems with those, if you miss one, you don't know what's going on, but you do Right, who's been killed, who's been arrested, who's sleeping with who, and who's come back that has been in it for 10 years. Neighbours is back in it. Neighbours got axed like a few months ago, and now, isn't it one of the online services have now bought Neighbours, so it's carrying on again. And that's been going a long time. All the soaps should be axed. Thing is, people watch them. They rebuilt Depression Street, didn't they? Made it wider and bigger. They rebuilt EastEnders. They moved the set so they could get more in. It's, you know, people like their soaps. We're a bit like a soap opera here, aren't we? You know, 6 episodes a week, 2 and a bit hours of me talking crap. Well, yeah. Thing is, you slap. Well, yeah. As long as you keep an eye out for the lights on the side of the track, you'll be okay. It is. It's bloody Depression Street. So who's been killed? Who's sleeping with who? Well, there are a few people in the community we haven't heard from in a while. Just saying. And we can't talk about what Trent does with Teddy. I don't think that's consensual, though. Alright, 40 limit. That's probably why, because the track ends. So we're going over here then. Thought, we don't need 2 bits of track going down there. We only need 1. It's fine. Right, Llanfar Phil. I don't know if this line does go to the long place name one. I can't remember. Does Trent pluck the teddy? It's something that rhymes with that, yes. Double deck bridge thing. Cars on top, trains on the bottom. Are you a top or are you a bottom? That's the question. There's probably a footpath going underneath here as well, I should imagine. Or whether that used to be double track and now they've just turned it into a footpath. You always go on top. Wow. It's an old route, this one actually, and as I've been told, I have done it before. I don't really care. I just looked at it, I scrolled down, saw that, and thought that'll do. It's got some diesel action. I think it's either going to be a 175 or the Voyager after this. Indeed. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now arriving at Llanfar Phil. Nice guy. No Voyager. The last thing Michael wants to see is a bloody Voyager. Oh, HSTs are much better. Wow, that's a little one. That's definitely a little one. Most of the trains on the platform, it's fine. Hang on. Really? Okay. No? Okay. Fine. Really? You're not... It's not letting me open the doors. Yeah, it is the... Oh, God, it's over there, look. There it is. Clanfar... That place. Clanfar Phil. We do apologise, ladies and gentlemen, that you can't get out here. Oh, there we go. Now we're okay. Used to take this BR train to Frinton-on-Sea, I say. Right, well, we finally made it. People can get on and off. Klangfar Flili Fludel Flittle Gogogok. So that's officially called that. The Fludel Flittle place. Are we on time? Peter, did I gain points then? That can't be right. Right. Bodorgan is next. See, I can speak Welsh. Good to Bodorgan, I am. Streams coming up after this one. Tomorrow night, it's Wand Waving Wednesday. Back with some more Hogwarts Legacy, where I wander around waving my wand. Thursday night, we're back on the farm. I've been on the farm for a little while, so back doing some farming. Friday night, don't think there's enough of us to do trucking as we planned. So I'm going to be doing something else instead. Saturday lunchtime, I'll be here with some Train Sim World 4. Going to be doing West Cornwall Local. I have an idea. Saturday night, more of the quizzing thing that we did last weekend, where I'm sure we'll get shown up by Hawklin as to how thick we all are. And then something on Sunday lunchtime. I don't know what yet. It certainly won't be U-boat. Because that was just... But it wasn't bad. It was just different. No, it was the graphics are really good. And I like the idea of the gameplay. It was confusing. It wasn't for me. And also the submarine being able to direct itself back into port was a bit weird, because it just kept crashing into things. Anyway, Bodorgan is next, and then we've got Taikroez, Ross, that place, Valley, and then Holyhead. There's a lot of things to do and learn about U-boat warfare. Yeah, I get that. And I said, graphically, really good. I did slightly suffocate and kill a few of my crew, but that's, a downside of being on a submarine with me. For the first time ever, I turned you off last night. I wasn't streaming last night. But thanks. Right, slowing down to a 60. Could be on YouTube. Understandable. Could be my OMSI one. Oh, U-boat. Yeah, it wasn't great. I was with it up until the end of the tutorial thing. And then it just got a bit confusing. And the thing is, at that point where I really could have done with the help from people in chat, no one in chat was chatting. So I was like just floundering myself going, what the hell am I doing? Hi, Holy Zoinks. Silent Service 2. Blimey. Was that PC or was that PlayStation? There is a multiplayer type U-boaty sort of thing that we did toy with looking at, but I don't think that'd end well. Right, 5 miles to go. I don't know why I'm going this slowly. Wolfpack, that's the one. PC back in the early 90s. Holy crap. That's probably... When was I playing like 18 Wheels of Steel and stuff like that? First game I really got into on PC was probably Settlers. I absolutely loved Settlers. Graphics look good. As good as they're going to be on Train Sim Classic. I've been on one of these recently. Transport for Wales 158. Yeah, I think the decent submarine games are Wolfpack and U-Boat. That's probably the submarine games. I think we're on the 158 on our slightly random spur of the moment trip to Cardiff Bay a few weeks ago. It was 153. Was it? That was close. I had a 1 in there and a 5 in there, and it was a diesel. It was a 2 car. What more do you want? They're pretty similar. On 153 is the 1 car. I don't know these things. I'm an idiot, remember. I still haven't quite worked out why I went to Cardiff Bay for a sandwich and then came back again. The randomness of my life. Because we were bored. Well, no, not bored. Just that we got back into Swindon earlier than we anticipated. Right, 3 miles to go. Into Bordelgan. So yeah, we'll do this route, and then we'll have a look and see what other training. It's the 175 or the Voyager. Well, it wasn't 3 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock. Have I got Loverboy this weekend? No, not this weekend. Hopefully seeing him next weekend. So I get a bit of peace this weekend. Right, 2 miles. Definitely quite a nice route, this. I want to do North Wales by train. I want to do Chirk and the aqueduct up there at Chirk. I want to go back to the Pontycycle aqueduct, which is really nice. Been there a few times. Nice on a summer's day. £5 for Silent Service 2. Yeah, but is it going to be any good? Crispy's not well currently. He's very much under the weather. Right, slowlying down. See, there's a 175. We'll see if we can do a trip in one of those rather than the Voyager. U-boat, Wolfpack. Wolfpack's the multiplayer one. I think. Where you can have 4 people. Each of you takes on a different role. Ham 1, cheese 1, ham and cheese 1. That's it. That's all you need in life. You don't need any more variety of role than that. Do you want ham? Do you want cheese? Or do you want ham and cheese? That's it. Crusty roll with some nice strong cheddar in it. A nice bit of Wiltshire ham. Even better if the roll's still warm. Those part-baked baguette things you can get that you put in the oven. Put one of those in the oven. Slice it. Bit of cheese, bit of ham. Oh, and eat it while it's still warm. Sweet corn, no. Tuna, no. Egg mayo, no. Cress, no. Apart from that, yeah. Right. We are now arriving at Bodorgan. I will stop down this way. Oh, a proper chip butty. It's got to be white bread for a chip butty. One thing the old man used to do, he'd do some chips or some French fries in the air fryer, cut a slice of bread and butter, and then you just sit there, make a couple of chip butties. You've never had a chip butty? Oh, you don't know what you're missing. A couple of bits of white bread, buttered, put chips in, fold. You got to fold it in half, and then eat it folded in half, so the chips stay in the bottom bit. Next time you're here, Ethan. Oh, a crisp sandwich. Oh, abso-flippin-lutely. What you need to do, okay, white bread, butter it, marge it, only on one side, obviously, because we're not posh. Dairy Lee, okay. So Dairy Lee, and then what you do is you put on top of the Dairy Lee cheese and onion crisps. You've never had a crisp sandwich? Oh, God, no. You've got to have a crisp sandwich. Again, cut a slice of bread and butter. Crisps in there. Crunch, eat. Super noodle sandwich? Yeah, done that. Pot noodle sandwich. So do your pot noodle. Cut a slice of bread and butter. There's a theme here. Got to be white bread. Butter it. Pot noodle into the white bread. Eat it. I used to do... back in my poverty days, which I still buy, just cheap noodle type things. So yeah, just put those in a microwave, do them, cut a slice of bread and butter in the sandwich, done. Stop ruining the, oh no, improving the sandwich. Yeah, when you next come here, Ethan, last time you were here, you had the delights of French fries in the air fryer. It was fine up until the pot noodle sandwich. Don't knock it. Chicken and mushroom, or whatever flavour of choice is. Bombay Bad Boy in a sandwich. Well, that's a whole different night in, but we can't talk about that. Anyway, we're now 2 miles from Tai Cruez. Why do these streams always end up talking about food? Why does that happen on every single one? Yeah, but have you ever had a pot noodle, Ethan? So if he's never had a pot noodle, he wouldn't know the delights of a pot noodle sandwich. You believe you have. So that's a no then. I couldn't imagine you having a pot noodle. I know how fussy you are. It used to be one of my many hangover cures. A king size chicken and mushroom pot noodle. some Lucozade, and a Rustler's burger. You've had a pot noodle, so I cannot imagine the delights of a pot noodle sandwich. Try it. Trust me, next time you have a pot noodle, some of it into a sandwich. Give Ethan a Bombay Bad Boy pot noodle. He wouldn't be able to eat more than one mouthful of that. I'm not a fan of fish fingers, I've got to say. I don't really eat a lot of fish. The last time I had any fish, got to be a couple of years ago. What's a fish finger? Bits of cod or other fish in like breadcrumb in the shape of a finger. Fish finger sandwiches and smiley. I've got smiley faces in the freezer. A veggie finger? No. No, not thinking it. Not thinking it. Not thinking it. Right, we have arrived at our next station. There's trains going on here, by the way, in case you didn't know. The Tai Croez. I wanted to get out the cab then and wander around. Forget that this isn't Train Sim World 4. We'll do some of that on Saturday. A baked bean sandwich. No, baked bean toasty. One of those sandwich toasters where it like crimps the edges. One of those with baked beans in. Oh, yes. Sandwich toaster I got, though, is just one of the flat ones. I bet you've never... Of course, you've never had a baked bean toasty. Oh, you've got to have a baked bean toasty. Cheese and beans, yep. Because when you do beans on toast, you've got to put cheese in your beans. You've got to have cheesy beans. A Breville toaster, yeah, the ones that crimp, that make the sandwich into little triangle things with like, looks like a shell, but it's got to crimp the edges because otherwise your beans dribble out. And there's nothing worse than when it dribbles out. Now, what you want to do: cheesy beans, sausages, cheesy mash. So put some cheese in with your mash. And cheesy beans. Oh, yeah. I normally put a bit of curry powder in my beans. You're not a fan of mash? Well, it's not to everyone's taste. Right, Roz's place, I'm not going to pronounce the second part of that, is in a mile. Oh, chips and curry sauce. Absolutely. You make your own mash. I used to like the instant stuff. I've got frozen mash. I buy the ready stuff you put in the freezer, put in the microwave now. But I've got some frozen mash for emergencies. Who's this strange man you hear in my ears? Are you listening to some ASMR again? Whoever eats mash is disgusting. Oh, I like a bit of mash. I can't even read the name of the villages in my own country. I'm not from Wales. I'm not from North Wales. Have you seen the size of the UK? I can't pronounce every village in the UK. And it's Wales. Right, braking. See, even places like Bath Spa, some people pronounce it Bath Spa. So, different pronunciations, don't you know? I'm in Dead Whalers, isn't I? Lovely. Froome. Definitely Bath rather than Bath. The West Country. I do like North Wales. So up by the Barla Lake, that sort of area is really, really nice. Bath, not Bath. Right, Valley. Going to Valley we are next. It's 4 miles to that place then. Lovely. How am I? Doing better. It wasn't great this morning. Great this afternoon. You might be from a different country, but you look and speak almost the same. We do. Pardon me if you're Welsh. If you're Welsh, you speak like this then, you see. I'm from Wales, I am. My name's Kerry. I come from the valleys. This is quite nice. It reminds me of the New Forest round here, because that's not a lot of forest as well. Where's Kerry when we need help with the place names? Bath. A random Stevie stream. Oh yeah. Wait till tomorrow if I got my wand out. Right, so you got Valley and then Holyhead, where you can get the ferry to the Wales. No, to the island, not to the Wales. If you're in Ireland, you can get the ferry to the Wales. If you're in Wales, you get the ferry to the island. It goes both ways. Newcastle. I'm going to Newcastle, I am, for the weekend. Why I? Yeah, wand waving Wednesday is tomorrow. When I got my wand out, please put the webcam on. It's not plugged in. Was U-Boat good? No. Well, the game itself was. My ability to play it, not so much. Well, plug it in. I can't. I don't know where the other end of the USB is. And it has to go in the streaming PC, and that's just too much like hard work. A ferry that goes both ways. I went both ways for a while. Don't look behind. Oops. Right, so what do we do? Do we do the 175 or do we do the Voyageur? There's the next one. What's happened to my train? It's the view. They didn't think of track IR. So normally you wouldn't be able to look round that far, but because of track IR, I can. Voyager to annoy Michael. Oh, I like that thinking. I'm up for that. Yeah, cheers, Secret. Right, we're now slowlying into Valley. It's actually called Valley. Where do you live? In the Valley? No, whereabouts in Wales? Valley. Yeah, no, I didn't mean down the valleys. Where do you live? I live in bloody Valley. No. Whereabouts in the Valley? The Valley. I wonder if there's a valley close in the Valley. Where do you live? Valley Close, Valley. Is this pick on Michael Day? Yep. You should be arriving at Valley. If you're getting off at the Valley, then get off here. If you're not getting off, then stay on the bloody train, you fool. Well, you got a valley where I live, but you don't go there. You don't go there during the day. You certainly don't go there at night. Valley of the Old Farm. Indeed, I reckon we'll be done on that by Christmas. Then it'll be time to maybe move on to another farm. Or it could be time to just pause farming for a while. And I'll just retire. Stop doing this. Be me done. I got told today that I need to stream every day and not have a Monday off. It's another little one. No, not by Aston. Don't look down. That's Oblivion. Really? Really? You're not letting me... Okay. Really? Okay, have I got to back up? Okay. My thing is too long. Well, I wish. There we are. Some of the trains on the platform are now blocking the road completely. I wasn't in the right place for the doors to do the opening thing. I should have a jelly baby. Give me a jelly baby. Tiny station. When you eventually get round to it, about 10 years time. Oh, hang on. Excuse me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah, nothing to see there. Warning, this train is reversing. Yeah, I know. No, look, you didn't see anything. It's fine. You didn't see a thing. No, you didn't. You're imagining it. I tell you, it was in reverse. No, you didn't. You're all wrong. Do you honestly think I would go the wrong way? Have you not seen any of these before? Look at my professionalism. It's a bit of an incline. No, it's just me leaving in reverse. I mean, no, I didn't. Didn't do it. Right, we have 3 miles to Holyhead. And then we're going to do a Voyager thing then. Just to annoy Michael. That's a bingity bongity noise. Biggity biggity bong.
Hello there. I see you doing that flying thing.
No. Wrong. Right, 2 miles to go. How do you unsubscribe? You wouldn't want to do that. It's not as easy. You can train swap in Train Sim Classic, but it's a lot of faffing about to do it. It's not as easy as it is in Train Sim World. Professional train driver. What? No. I'm a professional something, but we can't say what. Welcome aboard this reversing Sims and Stuff railway service to Holyhead. We might get to Holyhead if the driver goes into forward direction. Going forward is underrated. Going backwards is where it's at. Two miles. Holyhead is the end of the line, as the travelling Wilburys once sang. Well, they probably sang it more than once. 2 miles to hell. I'm on the highway to hell. I've been on the M25. I might be on the M25 next week. I was nearly going on the M25 tomorrow, but I managed to get out of it. Did we get lost? Yeah, we took a left turn to from Insanity. Right, slowlying. We are now approaching Holyhead. Nice girl, Holly. She gives... Nope, not finishing that. Oh, that's most mornings, Greg. It'll be a strange day when Steve retires from Twitch. In all seriousness, that's not happening for at least the next 12 months. I'm looking forward to next year, which I haven't done in a few years. Until you take over running of the channel. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now arriving at Holyhead. No, we can't hear sheep. It's only you that can hear the sheep, Greg. Can we all sign a petition to say that you'll stay on 1 day a week till we retire? What else would I do? If I didn't do this in the evenings, what else would I be doing? Last night, I sat downstairs and basically spiraled. Because I wasn't doing anything. Popping into Swindon Town Centre. No, I do that a couple of times a year, and that's a couple of times a year too many. Right, we have arrived at... I was pressing tab because of the stupid train sim World 4 thing. No, that was just last night. Normally I'm fine. Swindon deserves to be a city. We're on the shortlist. not a bad town as towns go. Steve, 7 days a week. No, 6 is bad enough. I do occasionally stream on a Monday. If I'm in a really good mood on a Monday, then I will stream. But sometimes, you know, got to keep you waiting. Right. So that was whatever that was, where I scored 0 points. So we did well. We now scroll down. Can anyone remember how the alphabet works? North Jersey. North Somerset. North Wales coastline. That's the one. Class 158. Class 175. Voyager. I know we've done these before. We don't want one. Llandudno Junction to Holyhead. 45 minutes. That's snow. Let's do that one. We might be able to do something in the 175 as well then. I used to like Jay Foreman. It's one of those channels that the adverts become really annoying. And I know why people do it. I know it's money and stuff, but sometimes it's just the advert becomes too much of the video. Yeah, that's it. I said there's a guy. There's certain people I don't mind the adverts on. There's a guy I watch, Aging Wheels, American guy. He's really funny. He does a lot of stuff with cheap cars. He's bought a Lada. He's bought a Yugo. He's got a Reliant Robin. He's got a Trabant. He does ads, but he does them in a funny way. And so it's part of the video. It doesn't feel like an ad. And I think people like Jay Foreman, I think, try too much to make it funny. So it almost feels unnatural, if that makes sense. Right, anyway. Oh, that's not the volume. We've got windows on this? No, we haven't. I hope I crash or go past the red light. Well, thank you, Michael. Right, so making our way to Bangor. Is this the same route we just done? Yeah, pretty much. But quicker. So we're now doing the same route again, but in a different train. Oh, a bit posh. Ready for winter. What, me or the train? Right, 14 miles. So I'm guessing we're not going to get a higher top speed. You can't wait for the darker nights. I quite like it. I don't mind waking up in the morning when it's dark and leaving the house when it's just getting light. It's quite nice coming home when it's dark. I've set my heating to come on. So far it hasn't yet because it hasn't been cold enough. So it's... Because, well, like a lot of people, I've got auto lights on the car. So they come on when it gets dark. The first day that they come on when I go to work and they come on when I come home from work, that's when I feel as though it's winter. It will be Christmas soon. Oh, speaking of Christmas, Alexa, how many sleeps till Christmas?
It's 76 sleeps until Christmas. Santa has a Christmas cracker joke he wants to share with us.
What do angry mice send to each other at Christmas?
I don't know.
Cross mouse cards. Oh,
Another cracking joke, Santa.
come back tomorrow for another Christmas update.
So that means less than 11 weeks till Christmas. 76 days. Alexa, how many days till the 2nd of December?
Saturday, the 2nd of December 2023 is in 53 days.
So 53 days until our meetup in Manchester. Better sort out the Secret Santa. I'm waiting till the beginning of November to confirm who's going, because that's still not guaranteed. 53 days until you have to put up with Michael and Crispy. Well, there is that. We had 2 months less a week, basically. And then 3 weeks after that, it's Christmas. When's the Christmas tree coming up? I put the decorations up on the 1st of December last year. I took them down at 8 AM on Christmas Day. I'll see if I can beat that this year. I might not bother putting them up. Saves the hassle, really, doesn't it? Saves the bother having to take them down. Right, 11 miles to Bangor. It's definitely foggy out there. It's only going to be me over Christmas. Pre-lit Christmas tree. Yeah, the one I've got is a fibre optic thing. That was the old man's. It's very smoky, this thing, isn't it? Oh wow, that was... Oh wow. Okay. There's something going on there. That's definitely a thing. Mine's a synthetic Christmas tree. Christmas room back at the end of the month then. No, 1st of December, the Christmas room comes back in the Discord. No, Manchester on the 2nd of December. Actually, no, I'm in Manchester on the 1st of December. Yeah, I can still set the room up. I'll do that in the evening, because otherwise, if not, I have to talk to Crispy. Is Ethan not coming to me on Christmas Day? God, no. He'll be quite rightly with his mother on Christmas Day. No, I shall be all alone for Christmas. For the 3rd year in a row? Yeah, 3rd year in a row. I will be here Christmas Day, streaming, of course. in the evening. And we will carry on our Christmas Day tradition that we've done for the last 2 years. About 8 a.m. on Christmas Day last year and the year before, there was me, Ed and Crispy on the farm chatting to each other in voice for about 3 hours. Right, we've got 8 miles to go to Bangor. So we've done the 158, the stupid Voyager. So we're going to have to finish on doing a 175 route then, aren't we? So at least we've done all 3. Tomorrow, by the way, it's Wand Waving Wednesday. Back doing some Hogwarts Legacy. Me getting confused, waving my wand about. Thursday night, we're back on the farm, doing some multiplayer farming. Friday night was going to be some trucking, but there's only a couple of us that were going to do trucking, so I'll do something else instead. Saturday lunchtime, some Train Sim World 4, going to do West Cornwall local. Saturday night, more quizzing. Really enjoyed that last weekend. Going to do some more this Saturday. And then Sunday lunchtime, something, I don't know what yet. But there will be things, I will be here, have no fear. Does look quite nice. See, once you get over the lesser graphics in Train Sim Classic, there is certainly something to it. I don't mind the audio to this. It's actually not horrible. I do like the fact that in Train Sim Classic you have got longer routes, and that's the big plus to it. And a lot of content, a hell of a lot of content. Can't say I'm a fan of this train, but, you know, can't have everything. Yeah, well, before Christmas. So at some point in the next couple of months, we're going to get the pacer for Train Sim World 4. My plan for between Christmas and New Year is every lunchtime I'm going to be here with Train Sim World 4. Pace around the UK, or pacer up the UK. I'm going to start off down in Cornwall and take the pacer on every route that I can in Train Sim World 4, doing a 4-line run, starting in Cornwall and seeing how far up the UK we can get between Christmas and New Year. So we'll have, what, 7 streams, 8 streams maybe? Although I'm trying to see if I can take some extra time off work and just take it as unpaid and finish work a bit earlier. We will see. Because the last couple of years I've taken the whole week off before Christmas, which has been quite pleasant. But because I've been doing stuff over the summer this year, I haven't got the holiday left. I'll blame Ethan for that one. Made me go down to Devon and Wales and all sorts of places in July. I don't normally take a week off in July. We're going to get stuck in Didcot again. Not in Train Sim World 4, no. Well, not yet anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Serge. We had this discussion the other day. Thanks so much for the follow. Oh no, it was a brilliant week off. I worked Christmas Eve. The 12 months I worked for Currys, the electrical retailer. I worked Christmas Eve. I was in on Boxing Day. Was in on New Year's Day. The only day off I got between the beginning of December and the end of January, was Christmas Day. That was it. I worked 7 days a week, apart from Christmas Day. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. Earned a lot of money, but hated it. I finish on the Friday, so the 23rd. Serge. No, we had this discussion the other week. Serge was in Beverly Hills Cop. Hi, my name's Serge. How can I help you? Of course, yeah, you did, didn't you? Hang on, no, didn't you do it? Wasn't that... Didn't you do... Because you went back from here on the Saturday. Wasn't that... Bus Fest? Wasn't there something we did on the Saturday? Because you went home on the Saturday, then went to Scotland on the Sunday. Yeah, Busfest and Birmingham on the Saturday. Yes, you came here on the Friday. We did Busfest and Birmingham on the Saturday. Then you went home. I took you home. Then on a Sunday morning you went to Scotland. Came back from Scotland on the Tuesday. I rocked up at his house at 9 o'clock on the Wednesday morning to pick him up. And then we went off down to the south coast. And he went back home on the following Sunday. I don't think he woke up on the Monday. Right, 1 mile to go. But no, thanks to, well, not only Ethan, but mainly Ethan, this year has been flipping amazing. But the days out we've had doing meetups and stuff as well has been a year that I didn't imagine I would have. If you'd have said to me 12 months ago that I would have an amazing year going out and about places, considering this time last year I pretty much didn't leave the house. It's been awesome. Right, we are now arriving at Bangor. Ow! Lots of braking, much of the brakingness. Hang on. We're in a plus on points. Yeah, I'd have more money in the bank for sure, Ethan. The game must be broke. Yeah, exactly. Well, no, not that anyone's going to get this far on YouTube anyway, but today being Mental Health Awareness Day, as someone that suffers from depression as I do, and certainly the last 3 years have been very tough, losing all contact with my family, losing both of my parents in the space of a 7-week period over COVID as well. This community has kept me going and kept others going. And a certain little annoying train geek entering my life has certainly been a big boost. Right, go via Bodorgan. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Nope, that one, forwards. I've got to say it. I'm not a fan of the Voyager. I've said it. It just seems to make a lot of noise and not really do much. Which could also describe Ethan. Yeah, the audio's not quite right. I think if we got a Voyager in Train Sim World, I'm sure we will eventually. But again, I think there are limitations. Oh, no, I don't know. Some audio in Train Sim Classic is pretty damn good. I think if this was an AP... It's definitely a bit lacking in something. I like the route, though. Oh, God, hang on. Speeding. Speeding is happening. Yeah, it's got a bit more of a rumble to it, isn't it? See, on tick over, it's not bad. It's almost like they've recorded it on tick over, but the only way they can actually get it to sound right when it's going is just increase the pitch. Kai, thank you very, very much indeed. 10 months. That's nearly half a year, Kai. Thank you indeed for your continued support. Okay, so we've got to go via Bodogan, which I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly. And then we'll see if we can do a route in the 175, whatever it's called, but go the other way. Half a year, you mean a 4 year? No, half a year is correct. Bod organ. What, Bod's organ? That was 6 months in advance. Oh, blimey. That's definitely madness. There's definitely something wrong with you. Well, it probably is. You're here. It said 10 months. Yeah. Which is half a year. You've got to do the Sims and Stuff maths. You had the police on your train today doing their checks. See, if you're American, they'd be writing them. Because that's how they spell check, as in C-H-E-Q-U-E. You're going to have to explain the maths. Oh, there's definitely logic to it. 10 months is half a year. 16 months is nearly 4 years. People have been here 24 months, that's nearly a year. So it's simple maths. $35 months. That's life. That's life. You're lost completely. It's simple. A bit like Greg. Actually, no, not that simple. And if you've been here 12 months, you get the Alaskan flag next to your name. Which I've still got in the boot of my car. That's been there 5 years. Or 6 years nearly now, actually. Actually, October. I've owned my car 6 years this month. Blimey, that's a long time. No, that's just most people from up north on a Sunday morning. You go out buy a dress to wear out on a Saturday night. You leave the label in, but tuck it in the back. You wear it out on a Saturday night. You take it back on a Sunday. Right, so we've got to go via and then stop at Holyhead, which is over there. You'll do that at some point, Ethan. You'll go and buy a dress on a Saturday to wear out on a Saturday night. And then take it back on a Sunday. Exactly, Ethan. No, Michael, 39 months ago, there's no way you were normal. Right, so pretty much making the run now to Holyhead at a whopping 75 miles an hour. I don't know why this train's on this route then. I'm guessing it didn't start where we started. It obviously came from somewhere else. And it's just ending at Holyhead. 25 months ago, you was a normal person. You think you still are. As the person in your life, apart from your mother, that spent the most time with you, probably. Yeah, maybe your brother. I can honestly say, no, you're not. Oh God, this Manchester meetup is going to be... It's either going to be a fantastic weekend or it's just going to be an utter nightmare. I've got to say it as well. I'm going to say it. I haven't got to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think this route was actually more interesting in the 158.
Hello there.
I think it's quite boring in the whatever the hell this thing is, Voyager. I think there needs to be another person between Michael and Crispy during Manchester. You. There you go. Job done. Yeah, means I get some peace as well then. Works for me. Yeah, it suits the 175, which is what we're going to do after this. I suppose, as Ethan said, it does come all the way from Euston, doesn't it? So it makes sense having it on this route. But it's just one of those routes where you're just trundling along at a low line speed now. .805s. I've got to say it, and I said it last time. I think the best train I've been on this year are the flirts. The ones that are running down around Cardiff. I think they're really impressive. I'm not impressed by the 800s. Been on a few 165s and stuff. They're okay. The 150 is always an experience. That 153 went on to Cardiff. They're always an experience. Yeah, I've definitely got to plan some stuff for next year. You know, been on the Flirt. They're really nice. I'll say, when me and Ethan did the random trip to Cardiff Bay a few weeks ago, we ended up on one. Only going between Cardiff Central and Cardiff Queen Street. That was definitely a random trip. We'd gone out and about, gone up to Bicester Village and all around there during the day. Left earlier than we were planned on leaving, so which meant we were back in Swindon about 4 p.m, which was quite early. And I was like, oh, seemed to be back early. Got off the train, was walking down the steps at Swindon Station and saw that the next train to depart was going to Bristol Parkway. So I said to Ethan, well, we haven't got to go back. And he's like, well, what are you thinking? So walked out the ticket barrier, walked to the ticket machine. I started to type in CA into the ticket machine, and he thought I was going to type in Carmarthen. I put in Cardiff Bay. So bought tickets, bought a return to Cardiff Bay, walked back up onto the platform, got on the train to Bristol Parkway, the next departure. Went from Bristol Parkway to Cardiff Central, then got on a train from Cardiff Central to Cardiff Queen Street, got on the train to Cardiff Bay, which takes about 4 minutes to go, 4 or 5 minutes to go from Cardiff Queen Street to Cardiff Bay. Got off the train, walked to Sainsbury's, got a sandwich, walked back to the train. By the time we got back, it had done the return to Queen Street and turned around to come back again, and was just pulling in when we got back. We got back on the train, went back to Cardiff Central, had to wait there a while, about an hour I think it was, before the next train back via Templemeads, and then came back to Swindon. Got back to Swindon like 9:30 I think it was. So 5.5 hour round trip to Cardiff Bay to get a sandwich. And I loved it for just the fact that it was spur of the moment and just really random. Walk into the shop in Cardiff Bay, it was like, what the hell are we doing? Was the sandwich nice? It was a normal Sainsbury's meal deal sandwich. Right, hang on, we only got to go via this, haven't we? We haven't got to stop. I thought we were stopping here, but we're not. I don't know why I'm slowing down. So yeah, so there will be more of those coming up. There may be another one before Christmas. We'll see. I think Cardiff Bay is just my go-to place now. In the summer when we went there with Derek. It was really nice. Hot day. Had a wander around, sat and watched the boats and stuff. It was really, really pleasant. Right, we got 11 miles. Whose idea was it to go to Barry Island? Well, we were about doing the routes around Cardiff, so Barry Island had to be done. It was a hot day. So we went there. Who was it? Was it me? No, it was me, Ethan and Derek, wasn't it? We went there, basically got to Barry Island, walked round, got a Greggs, got back on the next train, out again. And then went back there again with Crispy. There's that Navy vessel still at Cardiff Bay. Didn't spot anything. Right, 10 miles to go. You thought it'd be a bit more exciting. Oh, you want to see exciting? We need to take you to Oh, where did we go with the pier? Where was the place with the pier? That place. Near Shoebury Ness. With the long pier. No. The South End. Yeah. South End. The 1.5 pier. With the little train that comes back. That's an experience. That was like 30-degree day as well that day. Jesus Christ, I was worn out. I was literally melting by the time we got to the end of the pier. I was seriously struggling to focus. We didn't get a drink at the top, so I was struggling to focus on the train on the way back because the train was hot. Southend's nice in the summer. Well, we're doing that at Easter next year, Crispy. So, and that'll be an overnight stay thing as well. Another overnight stay. I know. Well, it's going to be an expensive one, so we're going to give people plenty of time to save up for it. Thing is, you'll be old enough to drink by that one. So that could be dangerous. Oh, Ethan's being badgered to get a job, which is why he hasn't been here for the last few weeks. He's been attempting to do some job hunting, and he's got college stuff to do. He bought something from M&S earlier. Guess what it was? A sandwich. A cucumber. Wow. Jeez. Well, Galaxy's still chocolate. RAF Valley. Oh, so this is the Valley place we stopped at. I've still got those Haribo Gold downstairs. You may have slightly bought a pack of custard creams. I got some of those. Be my after stream treat. Whilst watching an episode of Only Murders in the Building, which is really funny. Hi, Skippy. What do you mean Timmy's falling down the wheel? Because Skippy now sounds like he's from South Africa. Okay, so 5 miles from Holyhead. Then we will jump in a 175 and see if that's more exciting. I had a thought going through my head then as something I was going to say to Crispy, but I won't. No. Okay. I was going to say, I've got a special cream that will sort your sore throat out, Crispy. Ping. Anyway, 4.7 miles to go to Holyhead. It's not Derwent cream. It's, oh God, you donut. Double cream, as in single, double. Derwent cream. Sour cream. No, well, slightly salty. Yeah, it is salty cream. Yeah. Oh god, no, salad cream's evil. Right, making our way back into Holyhead. And then it's got to be 175 then. No, salad cream's not nice. There's something in your fridge you don't like. Well, don't eat it then. Eggs. Vegan mayonnaise. Oh god. I would never have a fried egg sandwich. Tomato sauce. Says the one who likes pot noodle sandwiches. Don't knock a pot noodle sandwich till you've tried one. I should create a second YouTube channel. Just do some videos on eating pot noodle sandwiches. No, you're stuck there for another 16 months. No. 17 months. I'm not a fan of hard-boiled eggs. No. The only eggs I'll have is scrambled or I'll have an omelette or fried egg. Don't think I've ever had a poached egg. That's too much faffing around. Has the new Discord launched yet? Well, basically, first thing this morning, Stevie wasn't in a very good mood. So, first thing this morning, Stevie put a message in the second Discord that he was going to be removing the second Discord. Because basically, I've hardly posted anything to it in the last 2 weeks. Has Stevie changed his mind? I wasn't in a good place last night. I'm running on about 3 hours sleep because I was up most of the night worrying and thinking and doing those things that depression does for you. But I'm a lot better now. Right. Slowing down. Actually, thanks to Ethan. Again. I told you, Crispy, I got special cream for that. No, Ethan spoke to me on the phone today, which helped a lot. As annoying as he can be, he's actually he can put your sensible head on, and can actually be very, very good as someone to talk to. And sometimes in life you need that person you can talk to. You did slightly shout at me earlier for a bit, but you know, we got over that. Right, anyway, into Holyhead. Again, for a second time. So is this all this line does? Is the whole line just Holyhead to the other end?
Oh, yeah.
Stan. Thank you very much for the follow. I'm guessing you're into console gaming, looking at your name. Why is it every time you watch your stream, your mind wanders? Mine does that whenever I'm doing a stream. I'd love to see the Heart of Wales line, or at least a bit of the Heart of Wales line. Console gaming, Stan, PC. Yeah, you need to be a bit more, you know, precise. You know, I just this, and I reckon your name's Paul. Be a bit more clear in your name. You know what I meant, you bastards. You don't. You can play Train Sim Classic. Once you go over the graphics, it's fine. It's the fact there are longer routes. You know, we couldn't do Paddington to Penzance in a Pacer in Train Sim World 4, could we? Or we're coming on a different line. This is controversial. Well, every morning I get in the shower and wish it was longer. Oh, the route you're on about. Yeah. That was the first video I watched of mine. Paddington to Penzance in a Pacer. Oh, blimey. Was that 4 years ago now? Because we did Paddington to Penzance in a Pacer. Then we did Edinburgh to London in a Pacer. Then we did... Did we do London to Edinburgh? We done Paddington to Penzance in a Class 50? It's surprising how many people have actually watched all of that 8.5 hour stream. I can put a 16-minute OMSI video up. No one watches it. 8.5 hour Train Sim World Classic video. Yeah, we'll have some of that. Oh, yeah, but when you spend a lot of time in Train Sim World 4, this is nothing, is it? First time I watched you was on Train Sim World 2020 doing East Coastway, and you spadded whilst driving a 66. Yep, I'll have some of that. Me? Spad? No one's done it before. No one was stupid enough to do Paddington to Penzance in a Pacer in one go, in one stream, and I didn't leave this chair once during that whole thing. Holiest moliest. A bladder of a camel. He found me racing a coach around tourist bus and stuck around. Blimey, you lot really are. There's something wrong with all of you, isn't there? Your most viewed video on tour is a tour. It used to be eSale, but like 4 years after it went live, I got a copyright strike for eSale. So I thought the easy thing to do is just remove the video, because literally I earn nothing from YouTube. They pay me twice a year. It's not about the money. Was it Sail Away? I don't know. It's one of those. No, an Oasis bottle didn't get used. I'm an ex-motorcyclist. You've got to learn to go several hours without needing a pee, or without being able to pee, because when you're on a motorbike in the winter with waterproofs on, thermals on, leathers on, not only is your penis vanished completely if you did need a pee, but getting to it, no. Right. Oh, the shuttle service is in... Wow, I was overtaking it then. Right, where do we do all of this route? Probably not. We'll do some of it. He started watching in February 2020. A lot of people started following around lockdown because I was here 3 times a day for a few weeks of that. Early morning stream, lunchtime stream, evening stream. You struggle with 7 hours on a motorbike. I've done that long. My worst motorbike trip was rode overnight from Birmingham down to Cornwall, just north of Newquay. Got there, realised that one of the kids, not mine, nieces and nephews, didn't have their medication, and it was like the early hours of Saturday morning, and it was allergy stuff and their asthma stuff. So the only option was to go back to Birmingham, get the medication. So literally I rode overnight, got there, rode back to Birmingham, grabbed the medication and turned round and went back again. I think in total I was about 17 hours. Obviously fuel stops and a couple of pee stops along the way. That was a long day. I do miss motorbikes. Lovely in the summer. Right, Flint. So different station we're stopping at this time. Indeed, Derek. Yeah, tomorrow night going to be here with some wand waving. We wave my wand about, doing Hogwarts Legacy. So me getting confused and going the wrong way and casting the wrong spell. Thursday night we're back on the farm doing some multiplayer farming. Friday night was going to be some trucking, but there isn't really enough of us, so I'll do something else on Friday night. Saturday lunchtime, more trains on Train Sim World 4, doing West Cornwall local. And then Saturday night, more quizzing. Had a bit of fun last weekend doing the whole quiz thing, so doing that again this Saturday. And then Sunday lunchtime something. Well, 4 isn't really enough, is it? Oh, these brakes don't work. Oh, it's 5, is it? Oh, in that case, it might be trucking then. Oh, yeah, because you're going to be here now, aren't you? Well, providing you could speak by then. It is a bonus if he doesn't talk. Right, we have arrived at Flint. I thought I was in Hampshire, Flint. We should try not to speak, Crispy. Rest your voice. You talk to yourself. Well, don't. Fly back and press start in. Right, press start in is next. 14 miles nearly. Then Rill. The Adventures of Colwyn Bay. Let's get to Colwyn Bay. Let's see if we can end when we get there. End by the seaside. Press start in. Exactly. As opposed to push that in. Press what in? That. What was that song about the seaside? Oh, would you like to be beside the seaside? Heavy rain. I haven't weighed it. I don't know how heavy it is. Can you weigh rain? Purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. It's not heavier than Derek. Well, that's true. We've got a passenger. Have we got a back to the train? Ah, ignore that. Yeah, nothing to see there. God, this thing's not very quick at accelerating, is it? You watched that video about Mini Ed? Mini Ed? Oh, the singing. I actually watched a few of their videos last night. They both got really good voices. Extremely good voices. They are Irish indeed. Joe Bonamassa live at the Sydney Opera House was watched last night. That's a good concert. I've been listening to his new album in the car. One song's a bit odd, but you always find that on most albums. I am liking a majority of them though. Alright, so in the rain towards press start in. Hang on, so how do we get a 90 speed limit when we're in this train, and yet when we're in the Voyager we only got 75? Although we go back down to 75 again in a minute. Welsh vibes. What the Wales going on? Oh, I suppose we are. Yeah, we didn't do this prestatin bit in the first couple, did we? That'll be why then. This train don't stop for no one. The rain in Wales falls mainly in the north. Yeah, hasn't got the same kind of ring to it, has it? Where are we headed? Well, the route go... Oh, crap, I'm speeding. Severely speeding. The route goes to Llandudno, but we're only going to go as far as Colwyn Bay. So we'll stop by the seaside. Colwyn Bay. Going to Colwyn Bay, here we are. Going by the bloody seaside. Something like Barry Island. It's definitely an experience. I think the first time I went to Barry Island, the weather was actually quite good. And it was, yeah, that's all I can say. Llandudno. It was, I don't know, it wasn't what I was expecting. I knew it was going to be a crap seaside town because there's a lot of those in the UK. But I didn't expect it to be, well, that crap. And apologies if you're from South Wales and that's where you go. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it is crap. Thing is, I think, was it the day after? I think it might have been the day after we went there. We went to Portsmouth and Southsea, which are of the same sort of age and same sort of ilk, and Southsea is just so much nicer. You might need to get Amazon Prime. Yeah, but that's not going to happen, is it? Why? What are you wanting to watch on Amazon Prime? Oh, yeah, I love Portsmouth and Southsea. South coast of the UK is where I'm going to retire. Milford-on-Sea. My own nemesis. What the hell's that when it's at home? Some sort of enlargement tool. They don't work. Apparently, I've not tried. I just like that walk. So I used to take my folks down there. Used to drop them at Southsea at the pier. They used to go in the amusements. And then I used to walk from there, follow the Millennium Walk. And then walk round to the Spinnaker. I used to walk back, check on them, make sure they're okay. I'd walk down the other way to the pier, turn around and walk back again. It took about 3 hours, which is just enough time for them. And then just come home again. So yeah, I do like it down there. Down to Ramsgate and Broadstairs. We were in Ramsgate about a month or so ago. Ramsgate and Margate. I've still never been to Brighton. That's something that's got to happen for me. That might just be one random Saturday day out for me. Just finally just go to Brighton. Visit a friend and walk along the harbour side. Yeah. Thing is, well, I suppose difficult for you because you're coming a long way south, aren't you? Hotels are quite cheap down there. There's a lot of hotels in and around Portsmouth and the South Sea area, so the hotel will be a lot cheaper than Manchester. When are you scaring me on an uncontrollable cart on rails? It'll have to be next year now, because it'll be the end of the season. So once Nemesis opens at Alton Towers next year, I will be going up there. I went on Nemesis Inferno a few weeks ago at Thorpe Park. My first time on it. It wasn't as good as Nemesis. I liked it, but I think Nemesis at Alton Towers, I think the fact that it's set in like that hole in the ground just gives it more of a feel. I really enjoyed the few hours me and Ethan spent at Thorpe. Ethan splashing the cash. In Alton Towers. I really like Alton Towers. The one downside to it is that there's a lot of walking. So it takes a long time to get between the rides. Drayton Manor's good because they're all close, a bit like Thorpe is. I prefer Alton Towers, but because there's some decent big rides, I was disappointed with Thorpe Park. The one we hang off the side of the rails was okay. I was disappointed by Nemesis. The corkscrewy one tried to kill me. And was extremely disappointed by what was the one? The dark one. Saw was good. I think my favourite ride was probably Saw. Walking Dead. Yeah, that was crap. Yeah, Saw was really good. Second time we were going to go on it though, it's closed. Right, so we'll do Rill, Abigail, and then we'll end when we get to Colwyn Bay. We won't do the full run. Yeah, I really must try and get back down to Cardiff before Christmas. That's got to happen. Yeah, it's like Rita at Thorpe Park, not Thorpe Park, Alton Towers. It's just all about that initial acceleration. The rest of the ride is rubbish. A bit like Oblivion, really. It's a lot of hype. It's not that great a ride. It's just one drop. That's it. Why am I not surprised by that, Crispy? Yeah, Nemesis is really good. So we will organise a Discord day out at Alton Towers next year. Yeah, stealth was shut, and we went, so didn't go on stealth. I'm sure. Well, I'm hopeful that Ethan will invite me back down there next year, and we'll redo Thorpe. Right, single yellow. Yes, it did look good lit up at night. Yeah, so you get a bit of peace and quiet on the stream on Friday. No Ethan. Yay. Not that you can join for trucking anyway. So we'll have to do an after stream chat like we normally do then. Have a bit of a late one on Friday when he's not here. Yeah, I've told the story of taking my, he's probably 12 or 13-year-old nephew to Alton Towers. Quite a timid, quiet lad. Took a lot of encouragement to get him to go on to Oblivion. Queued up, he was fine. Quiet, nervous. And sat at the front row. Went up the lift hill, not a problem. Came around the top, not a problem. Stopped, and I heard him go, oh. And then, as it drops you, is all I heard him go was, fuck! And the only thing he said when he got to the bottom was, don't tell my mum I swore, don't tell my mum, please don't tell my mum I swore. I thought it was hilarious. But that's it with Oblivion. It's just that one drop. What's that thing? Don't look down. You've got a lot of choice, have you? You're hanging. I almost wish the hang time was more. You don't do heights, simple. You're not that high off the ground because you go down into a hole. But it is just about that drop. It's a good ride. It's not something, you know, I've done Nemesis multiple times. Get off it, get back on it again. I don't think you want to do that with Oblivion. It's not that good. Right, so Abigail and Pensan, which I'm probably pronouncing completely wrong. And then we'll make our way to Colwyn Bay. Abigail. Yeah, that's something like that. I did say at the beginning of the stream that I would be pronouncing everything wrong, so I'm covered there. Yeah, see, that's why I'm not bothering to pronounce it. Yeah, I don't mind heights. I'm okay with heights. Need to do the whole Blackpool thing as well. We actually discussed doing a weekend thing next year. Maybe over one of the bank holiday weekends, although they're going to be busy. Because you could travel up to Blackpool on a Saturday, do Blackpool, the pleasure beach, travel back down to like Alton Towers area on the Saturday night, stay overnight, then do Alton Towers on the Sunday. Because doing Blackpool day back in the day is doable. It's a long day. It's doable. Because again, a bit like most places, there isn't that many good rides at Blackpool. So you wouldn't want like a whole like 8-hour day there. And Cardiff isn't a long day. Well, it was for you because you came from bloody Chester. It's not for me, it's only an hour. It's your fault living such a stupid way away. Fine. Next time I go to Cardiff, I won't invite you. Simple. So in about a month's time, when you see me going, I seem to be in Cardiff, you'll know why I didn't invite you. Right, slowing down for this place, which is near the... Wow, that's water. Must be interesting staying there. You got to cross the railway line to get to the... Well, I'm guessing there's a beach down there somewhere. I have said to Crispy about doing a day in Luton because I'm interested by this whole busway thing. I'll just go and do it without Crispy's knowing. I'll just send a picture one day in Discord and go, look where I am. What's the point of that little bit here? What could you stop in there that wouldn't be in the way? Yeah. Luton to Dunstable busway. I'll be passing you soon. Okay. Makes sense then. I don't know if anybody else saw the Jeff Marshall video with the new railway station up in Liverpool. Actually, it was quite interesting. I like the fact that both lines terminate at the same station. He was a bit confused as to why there's that big like wooden wall in between. Well, I reckon it's so that the train drivers don't have a panic moment and see another train coming towards them. It's almost worth a trip to Liverpool. Almost. Headbolt Lane, that's the one. Or Edbolt without the H. An anti-dazzle board. Right, Colwyn Bay is next. It's definitely a bit rainy. It is a new station in Merseyside. Jeff Marshall did a video on it yesterday. It looks like quite an interesting station. I don't normally say that. Having been to Reading Green Park this year and been to the one down Exeter, whatever it was called, and the Portway Park and Ride, it's certainly a more interesting station than the other three. It's had to be at one with bins. Yeah, bins is Thursday for me. What do you mean interesting? The layout. I love the fact that both lines terminate there, and it just seemed like quite an interesting station. You want to visit some of these stations, and I've got to say another thanks to Ethan for this one. I didn't think 12 months ago that I'd have an interest in going to new stations. It's certainly got an appeal because it's something new. We went to Worcestershire Parkway earlier in the year, which I really like that because it's split level and everything. It's more of I like the engineering aspect and the design aspect rather than the whole it's a new station thing. That's the bit that appeals to me. And seeing something that is new bit of infrastructure, I do like that. Right, we're 3 miles from Colwyn Bay. Yeah, I'm not snoring. I only snore when I'm drunk, which is like a lot of people, I think. Bing. It's been many, many, many years since someone's had the misfortune to hear me snore. Oh, St Pancras is a really nice station. I like St Pancras. I like Waterloo. Mainly because I know where the toilets are and there's a great little Sainsbury's. There's a lot of really interesting stations. Well, if nobody's watched it, watch the TV series by the awesome Tim Dunn. The architecture the railways built on UK TV. It actually shows you some of the really interesting architecture that the railways have ended up building, including one episode that comes to Swindon. He's also done Secrets of London Underground as well. I really must get this second Discord live to more people. because discussions like that can be had in there. Oh yeah, I don't like Sidney Holloway. It's just something about her that grates me. I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan of Michael Portillo. I have been watching the last few nights Chris Tarrant's Extreme Railways, because that's on UK TV. Or Extreme Railway Journeys, whatever it's called. Right, we are arriving at Colwyn Bay. Has Clarkson stopped doing Millionaire? Yes, someone at work told me about that. About model railways, about famous people that are into model railways, isn't it? It's going to be on Channel 4. Yeah, I think that's going to be quite interesting. Little trains with big names, that's it. Right. We'll go to Llandudno. We won't end at Colwyn Bay. We'll end at Llandudno because that's where we started. I've got to say as well, I prefer this to the Voyager. I almost think they need to scrap Top Gear. What I thing is that there's so much on YouTube now of people doing car reviews. I think car manufacturers get more audience from people like CarWow and all that sort of stuff and doing car reviews than a mainstream TV show would. I think the problem with the rebranded Top Gear, it was still trying to be old Top Gear. It was them just arsing about in cars. I think what TV needs, if anything, is a proper car review show. A bit like Fifth Gear used to be, and a bit like Top Gear used to be. So, you know, this week we're going to put these three cars in a head-to-head competition. What's the most reliable? What's the most spacious? What's the most practical? What's the best used bargain? And we'll let you know our winner. I think people would watch that. Yeah, Top Gear's being axed. But I think Clarkson still owns the rights to the merchandise for Top Gear, or something to do with the merchandise for Top Gear, because he was very shrewd when he set it up. So he still gets money from Top Gear. I almost wouldn't be surprised if in some roundabout way Hammond ended up back on mainstream TV doing a car show, because he's the only one, and we've said this before, he's the only one that hasn't really made it big doing his own stuff. James, his cooking show, brilliant. His Our Man in series, brilliant. He's got his own like gin and stuff now he's making money from. So he's set. He could do a program on anything and it'll be a winner. Jeremy doesn't need the money. I think the farming thing will probably carry on for, I reckon, another year. And then that'll go away. And then he'll probably, because he really loves the farming, I think he'll just like slowly disappear off into oblivion. Because he's in his 60s now. Hammond's the only one. He's got his car repair TV show, which is awful because it's just repairing cars for his mates. So I think he will end up back on mainstream TV doing a car review show. Because that's where I first saw Richard Hammond, was on Men and Motors, the cable TV channel. I remember seeing him doing stuff on that before he then got employed by Top Gear. And don't forget, May wasn't in the first series of Top Gear. It was, that fat bloke who ended up doing a show with Penny Mallory. Clarkson's considering selling the farm. Well, he's made a lot of money from it. Yeah, but the only thing he did for Total Wipeout was sit in a studio and do voiceover. He never went to Argentina, wherever it was filmed, or South America, wherever bloody it was. I wouldn't be surprised if those three ended up going their own ways once their Amazon contract's up. I think they'll come together once every couple of years for the next couple of years and do a grand tour special thing. But May's set, Clarkson will just retire, Hammond will stick around doing something. Richard Hammond's workshop, I thought it was too staged. His smallest cog thing, wherever it was. It was, oh no, my daughter's boyfriend's car that's been in a hedge needs repairing. Oh no, my wife's broken down. Oh no, my daughter's broken down. Oh look, this friend of ours needs his car repairing. No. Far, far, far too staged. Holly Willoughby's quit this morning. Well, not surprising really after Phil went. Did like Phil. Again, not hard up, is he? Anyway, there we go. We will end there. More Train Sim Classic back in a couple of weeks' time. Phil won't do anything again now. Well, not for a few years. He'll just go off into writing his book. Tomorrow night, going to be back for some Wand Waving Wednesday. Doing... I didn't go to London, no. I know I didn't. I said I was going to stop at Colwyn Bay. Yeah, Wand Waving Wednesday tomorrow. Thursday night, back on the farm. Friday night, it looks like we have got enough of us. So we will be doing some trucking and tunes. Songs starting with X. Is it X this week? Did we do W last weekend? Oh, it's W. Yeah, W for Wanker. So Ethan. That's this Friday. Saturday lunchtime, Train Sim World 4. I was going to go to London, no. Did I just stop there? That's why I just stopped. I don't know. Yeah, Train Sim World 4, Saturday lunchtime. Saturday night is some more quizzing. And then Sunday lunchtime, something. But there we go. So thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2.5 hours. And for talking food and Top Gear and stuff like that. I will finally, over the next couple of days, I promise I will launch my second Discord server. I'll make it more public. It is there. It's all based around entertainment. So films, TV, music, sport. I will link it in the standard Discord server for people to join. It's nothing to do with gaming. It's just about entertainment and stuff. And hopefully we can get a few conversations going in there, a bit like we have about Top Gear tonight. We will get that. You've seen it. It's impressive. What about the Discord server? Badum-tish. Anyway, so thanks to you lot. Thanks to this lot as well. Thanks to Stan and Serge for following, Ethan and Kai for resubscribing, and the moderation team for doing absolutely nothing. Thank you very much indeed. There we go. Ethan's also seen the Discord server. There we go. I'll be back tomorrow night with my wand out. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.